Welcome to Bazzagolf and another big golf tour. Today we are back out re-reviewing these LAZRUS wedges 1 year on. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to give you my thoughts on living with these LAZRUS wedges for the last 12 months. They've been used for about 100 rounds now and I don't know how many practice sessions, so it's time to see how they've held up. So let's dive right in. So after a year of regular use, some may say abuse, I have to say these wedges have worn really well. I was a bit concerned initially that colour, the rainbow colour, might wear off, but it's held up pretty well. There's not much fading at all, and honestly they still look great. The club faces are another area where I was a bit worried, given how much I've used them. I've chipped thousands of balls in practice alone, but they're still in pretty decent shape. There's some evidence of wear, but it's minimal. I've even developed a nice contained wear patch, which is cool. And the milling on the faces is still really sharp, which is a big plus. Moving on to the grips then, they're also holding up impressively well. After a year, the rubber is still soft. The colour is intact, and those blue insets are still in there and still bright. So no complaints there either. So let's move on to hitting a few shots of each club, starting with the 60 degree. This is the one I use the least, to be honest with you, but when I need the extra loft, this really does get the job done. My chipping game has definitely improved over the last year or so, partly due to me practicing a lot more, but partly due to these wedges. I am pretty impressed. I've learned to hit some flop shots with the 60 degree. It generates a good amount of spin, and even I find it easy to get the ball to stop nicely on the green. Next up then, the 56. This is my favourite club out of the three. It's my go-to club. I use it where I need to carry the ball about halfway to the target and just let it roll up. I always feel confident with the 56 in my hand. And if you need any evidence on how good these clubs are and how much my chipping's improved, how is that? Finally then, the 52. This one is great for bump and run shots. I play it like a putter from just off the green. It's super reliable, and you only need to hit it about 25% of the distance and let it roll out the rest of the way. Good for just off the fringe and you just want to bump it toward the flag. Again, you do feel super confident with these clubs in your hand, and it's really more about learning the alignment and how much weight you need to apply to the shot. So pitching in from 50 yards then, so alignment and my distance control were the biggest learning curves for me, but once I kind of understood that a little bit better, I started to get better feel with the clubs, and learn, watching the Bryson videos about the 10 o'clock shot, the 9 o'clock shot. So I started hitting those. These have been pretty reliable for pitching in. I tend to go for the 56 degree from about 50 yards out. I feel most comfortable with it. And if there's nothing in front of me and I don't need much loft, then why not use a club that you're comfortable with? This club always seems to get the job done. I am capable of generating a little bit of spin. I just prefer to play it to run up to the hole. I think it's got a better chance. So just trying this from both sides of the green here, just to give you an idea. I mean, once you're confident that you figured out what a 30 yard or a 40 yard or a 50 yard feels like, so you know what swing to apply, then really all you're wanting is the clubs strike the ball as well as you want them to, and the ball reacts when it hits the green. So then there's the sand. So if you've ever played with me or you know me, you know that sand is not my favourite place to be. I've been practicing all different types of sand shots and I've had to adapt a little bit. I started off playing with the 60 degree out of the bunkers, but I just didn't feel confident for whatever reason, and I was getting frustrated trying to use a 60. So instead, I tend to use the 56 degree. Now I don't generate much spin. It tends to be a get it out and roll out kind of shot for me, but I've kind of gotten used to that now. For me, this 56 degree is perfect. So It's pretty much the go-to club unless there's something in front of me, or I need a bit of loft, or it's a bump and run kind of shot that's called for. Then I'll reach for the other two wedges. But I managed to get these out of the sand, and there's some pretty decent results in there. You know, it almost makes it look like I know what I'm doing out of the bunker here. Yeah, it's not normal, but I'll settle for that. All in all, pretty decent out of the bunker there. I think you'll agree. Yay! So, conclusion then, can you live with Lazarus wedges? So I've had these for 12 months, and for $149 or £80 for a set of 3 clubs, I say they offer fantastic value. After 12 months, they've had some pretty heavy use and abuse from me, and they show very little wear and tear, and they still perform just as well as I did when I first unwrapped them. Overall, I'm still really impressed with these wedges. They've definitely earned a place in my bag, and I would recommend them to anybody that is looking for a solid set of wedges. Doesn't really matter what your handicap is, I still think they're pretty good. Are they worth the money? Yeah, I think they offer pretty good value. You know, you can spend $149 on one club. For me, it's a decent club, and they do give results. And there you go. I'll leave a link in the description so you can get your own set of Lazarus wedges too. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Big Golf Tours. Don't forget to like and subscribe.